people at Matlanga Commission. It's you. You are the people that are involved in all these funny things. You are the people that are keeping this thing going. It's you. So when you say they must take it up with the government, I don't know, must they come to your house? Must they come to your house, middle class? Then the middle class will say things like, yeah, but why don't they take their fight to the government? I'm like, but the government is you, middle class. You're the government. Yes, all the managers of the local branches of SASA and Home Affairs, that's the middle class. All the corrupt officials that are found at the Border Management Authority and at SAPS, that's the middle class. That's you. All the people that are working at these head office buildings in Pretoria, that are designing systems that are flawed, who then take those very same loopholes and use them to do favors for their friends or for their associates for financial gain. That's you, middle class. All the people that are making all the rules and all the litigations and all the regulations and are tasked with the responsibility of making sure that all that is done and is done properly and all is in order. That's you, middle class. I have never heard Barre a corrupt general was found in Tembisa. No, 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 no. That corrupt general will be found in 4 ways. I've never heard Barre a corrupt city manager was arrested in, I don't know, in Fosloras. No. He'll be arrested in Edenvale, in that. It's you, middle class. You are the government. You are the people at Matlanga Commission. It's you. You are the people that are involved in all these funny things. You are the people that are keeping this thing going. It's you. So when you say they must take it up with the government, I don't know, must they come to your house? Must they come to your house, middle class?
You made an interesting argument, President Dad. How are you? Good morning. So let's get into the core of your argument, shall we? The reason government is not functioning properly is because the middle class officials run systems like SASA, SAPS, Home Affairs, Border Management. Those officials design systems and policies. Some of them create loopholes, some of them benefit from those loopholes. Therefore, the middle class is the government in practice. So, the fundamental of your conclusion is if you are blaming the government, you are actually blaming the middle class. So, I want to be fair because I'm a fair person. Angir, there's truth in what you're saying, therefore, I'm not going to deny it. Yes, the government is made out of people. Yes, many administrators are salaried professionals. Yes, some of them fall into the middle class bracket. And finally, yes, corruption can exist within those systems. So, people like yourself are not wrong when they say the government is not abstract, it's made out of people. That part, you are very correct, hence, I give you a handshake. Now, the problem starts when your argument starts to shift. The argument goes from some government officials are the middle class to the government is the middle class. That's where I say to you, whoa, Briga. That is no longer a description. That is a generalization. Because not every middle class works for the government. In fact, 1.3 million people works for the government. 15.5 million works for the private sector. Uncovering that teaches us this. Not every middle class designs policies and systems or even runs them, including the authority of the state, because that belongs to the Constitution of South Africa. So now the meaning starts expanding beyond reality. Because now there's another added layer of argument. At the same time, it's the same idea that says, take your fight to the government. They must enforce the law. Because some of us, we are there and we're not entirely wrong. So now here's the tension. On one hand, systems therefore are compromised. People inside the system, being the middle class, contribute to that failure. That's your argument. And but on the other hand, you're also identifying this. Government must still enforce everything properly, immediately, consistently, and at full capacity. That's where Jacinta is as well. When we say you need to take your fight to the government, we know how to back it up as the EFF. Because the next question then becomes, how do we do that? Because enforcement of the law does not stop at the government. Let's use employment as an example. If the government says employ legally, who actually hires people? Who hires people? Private businesses, retail stores, factories, restaurants, construction companies, security and mining companies. Speaking of mining, by the way, the mine in Krugersdorp that's infested by Zamazamas, it's owned inside the private sector. The company, Harmony Gold, have the responsibility of securing that mine, that property that belongs to them, according to the legislation that was given to them by the government. They haven't done so. What we have found is mine is owned by foreign companies such as BlackRock and Vanguard. That mine makes illegal money, jeopardizing the safety of the residents based on the illegal workers working there for their asas. For them, asas. Because what are they working for? On their property. That's where the argument ya hore le chaba makua present dead. Niyabasaba amabunu present dead. I wena, not you personally. I'm just using you because you made that argument. So another question, since we are demanding accountability, why would we only look at the government? Shouldn't we ask these white companies in the private sector, are their businesses complying with the labor rules? Are they checking documentation, e.g., take a lot? Are labor inspectors doing inspection? Are penalties actually being enforced? Because the government writes the rules, the white-owned businesses, which are majority in South Africa, have the responsibility, the legal one, to actually follow them through. So you see, Hore, we are getting somewhere with this discussion. Maybe the answer isn't simply government or simply the middle class people. Maybe the problem is the relationship between government institutions, public officials, private employers, oversight bodies, and law enforcement. If one part fails, the whole system weakens. Why simply saying go to the government or blame the middle class does not fix the actual problem. Where does transformation actually begin? From pressure alone, which has shown to have caused more destruction than good. Structural reform, which the GNU is currently reshuffling their people. Leadership change, a new political party. Because let's be honest, we still govern under the constitution that runs under a political system, which won't disappear anytime soon. So you might as well get comfortable in the program. Unless those questions are answered and take a stand politically and take it very clearly, we are going to move in circles. We are going to do this dance for the next 100 years. The minute black people, and we are not going to address this thing of exceptions, we know they are in all stories, that we fear white people, we are going to have a very productive conversation instead of being in denial. Because being in denial brings us to this. One, historically, there's evidence that white people do not need to live among us as black people, especially in our communities, to cause us harm. We have townships today that reflects their brutality, and they never lived among us. Even in democracy, they never live among us. We are the ones going to them. So we do have apartheid, the recent one. Point 2, current events. AfriForum. They accused us of a white genocide in their communities on their farms. They did not even classify that the ultra-rich black people, the middle class, and the poorest people, for them, we were one people. And if you are the poorest black person, you fit that description of unaliving a white family, hence they are fleeing in numbers to numerous countries. To date, AfriForum, they could not even prove that. What they can prove to us is South Africa has a crime problem, irrespective of nationality, irrespective of race. They would use specific cases that genuinely happened, where a white family was murdered by black criminals. They use that to justify and spread propaganda. Much and much is following their footsteps. Because just like the AfriForum, they cannot prove what they're talking about. What it can prove is our prisons are overpopulated by South Africans. About 6% of those inmates are foreigners. In fact, at this rate, the way we are going, the correctional service, the government needs to build new prisons. It proves that we have a crime issue. Now, to get to the conclusion of what I'm talking about, does it mean that illegal foreigners are not the problem? No. A reasonable person would say no, obviously. We can believe, which we all agree on, that our borders needs to be secure. Immigration laws needs to be enforced to all races, to all nationalities. All undocumented migrants in South Africa must be dealt with, not specific people from specific countries with a particular face. Because those positions alone do not automatically prove immigrants in South Africa are responsible for most of the crime or unemployment crisis, including hospitals being under-resourced. It means that the constitution that tells us everyone, including the government, has failed to provide necessary staff and equipment, as well as medicine to attend to everyone. We have a population in South Africa, educated one at that, to fill in those positions and start assisting everyone according to the Constitution of South Africa. We find again that the hospitals again are under-resourced because of the government. They are not stocking up, they are not assisting hospitals, they are not participating in ensuring everyone's needs are catered for. We are making certain races feel special. No one needs to feel special. No one needs to walk up to you and you are hugging them and you're showing them immense love. What is that? And when we tell you that you're afraid of white people, you want to be, yeah.